For years, I was stuck in a cycle. I couldn't escape porn and masturbation. It felt normal. Everyone does it, right? It feels good in the moment. But then, why did I always feel worse afterwards? Ashamed, empty, like a loser. Maybe because I wished I was the guy in the video with her. But instead, I was watching, just a spectator, a cuck to my own life. I tried to quit so many times before, but every time the urges hit, it felt impossible, like I was going to explode if I didn't give in, and the whole cycle would just start all over again. But today, I'm over 4 months free, porn free, and I don't ever plan on going back. This is what worked for me, what didn't work, and what I've learned along the way. So let's start from the beginning, though. I started watching porn when I was about 11 years old. Even back then, soft porn was everywhere. Ads, movies, TV shows, billboards, shops. Then I got curious and found it on my family laptop, and at first it was just me searching up boobs. Quite innocent, right? But eventually the bigger sites found their way into my life, and that's when it really began. I'd watch more and more extreme stuff as time went on. It warped the way I looked at women. I started seeing them with lust, not as people, and inside I felt ashamed. It was like people could see right through me. Eye contact was hard, and talking to girls, well, forget it. I became that quiet guy in the room, the one hoping someone would magically fix him, but nobody came. And for years, porn became my escape. For stress, boredom, loneliness, porn was the quick fix. Mentally, it wrecked me. Brain fog, anxiety, constant self-hate after finishing. Physically, it drained my energy. I'd tell myself it was a reward. I would go to the gym first and then I'll bust. But all I was doing was messing up my brain's reward system. And emotionally, I felt so unworthy, like I wasn't good enough to be a man, and that I would never get a girlfriend by being like this. I'd spend hours scrolling for the right video, while my actual life was being wasted away as it slipped away. Porn became the thing I turned to instead of facing real-life rejections, instead of building real confidence, and instead of being the guy I actually wanted to be in my mind. Porn really is a trap. It's free, it's private, it is everywhere. The dopamine hit tricks your brain into thinking that you're winning, but really, we're losing. More of yourself, and society normalizes it. Memes, jokes, doctors saying it's fine, famous people saying it's fine, famous people joking about it. But it's not fine when it controls you. It's not fine when it controls you. I realized I wasn't living a life I wanted. I didn't like my life. I was bored. I was purpose. I had no purpose. I was constantly anxious, ashamed, always stuck in the cycle. And the times I tried quitting before, I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was doing it to get women, to get laid. I thought if I'd quit, I'd magically become confident, attractive, get a girlfriend. When that didn't happen, I'd relapse. The real change happened when I said no more. This can't be just about me getting women. This has to be about me, my life, and my purpose. I didn't want to just survive anymore. I wanted my days to mean something. So how did I quit? I gave myself purpose. So every time I would get an urge, I would redirect it into something I actually cared about, 100%. And that could have been the gym, martial arts, eating clean by focusing on your diet, researching on your diet, building a YouTube channel, writing scripts, filming this, studying, reading. I made myself so busy by working on my life that porn just didn't have any room to fit in my mind because I was just so busy. Overall, the biggest thing is replacing the habit with action by using purpose, like I did. And when I slipped up in the past, I stopped treating it like it was the end of the world. I would stop beating myself up. Instead, I would just get back on track. Now, over 4 months free, here is what I have noticed. I have more energy. My thoughts are more clear and cleaner. I smile more. I don't walk around hating the world. I actually respect myself. When I talk to people, it feels so much easier. I'm not ashamed or scared anymore. I can be me. I don't always second guess myself. And the biggest one, I feel in control of my life. And if you are struggling, you're not weak, you're just human. Quitting is hard, and it's not about being perfect. It's about fighting back. Every urge is just a test. And if you pass enough tests, eventually you'll build a life you want. Imagine if all the energy you wasted on porn went into your goals. Where would you be in 6 months? In 1 year? 5 years? Quitting porn isn't easy. But neither is living with the shame and emptiness it brings. One path can keep you stuck, and the other can lead to growth. I know which one I'm choosing, and if you are watching this, maybe it's time you chose that same path too. Just know that you can be stronger than your urges. You don't have to waste your life anymore. And remember, you only have you, and you should always aim to be your own hero. And yeah. So this video was mostly just me explaining how I was able to beat my porn addiction. I honestly just can't believe I was able to do it, because I was just stuck in like that pit, like you're constantly being dragged down by it, and every time you want to stop, you're just reminded that it's there, that you can do it again, and there's no point in quitting, but you want to quit it, you don't want to go back, but you just keep going back. And I really want to reinforce that when you do give yourself purpose, the urges just go away. Not all the time, but what I noticed is whenever I would be like on my bed or alone in the house and I'm not really doing anything, I have free time pretty much, and whenever that would happen, I would get this urge to watch porn. But since I started adopting the mindset of just doing something, every moment of my day, the urge became like this trigger to kind of work on myself. So it was like you sit on your bed and you get the urge to jerk off, and then the way I would think of it is like, wait, I have time to jerk off and watch porn. That means I have time to work on myself. So instead of doing that, I'd get off my bed, I'd sit in this chair, go on my desk, and I'd research, how do I make a certain video? How do I edit a video? How I'd start writing about topics that I wanted to make videos about. I'd film stuff. And if you don't want to do YouTube, that's fine. Instead, maybe you want to go to the gym. Hey, that's going to be another video. Yeah, if you want to go to the gym, research gyms in your area. Learn what you want to work on. Learn exercises. Put your time to learning all that. Put your time to fixing your diet, fixing your body, fixing your mind. Learn more. Just every time you watch porn, you're just wasting time. And I've been able to do so much. And I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And I can definitely see why many people who quit will never go back, because you don't get like superpowers, you don't, but it becomes easier to become who you want to be. And if you are someone who struggles with talking to people, it's not going to make you magically confident, but it will give you drive to improve, to go out there and do something about your life, rather than just sitting in your bed and, well, doing the same thing over and over. You can change. I changed, and if I can change, you can change. I'm very average, and I don't like that. And that goes to say that if you start off like me, like everyone else, but you put in the effort to break the habit, and then once you do that, you start to see how much time you actually have, and you're just left wondering, what do I do with this time? And then that's where your goals come in. That's where your purpose starts to form. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That was quite a rant. I was speaking from my heart. I always do, but that one was like, I'm very passionate about it. I do hope you guys take the advice of using purpose against your urges. Like, whenever you get an urge, work on your goals. Just get up and do something, okay? But if you still keep succumbing to your urges, at least you're aware that you want to stop. And it took me years to stop, but I was able to do it by adopting the, doing stuff mindset, purpose mindset. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, well, give it a like, please. Please. Comment for how your journey is going with, with porn and masturbation, if you struggle with it. Or if you were successful, please let me and others know your journey by writing it down in the comments. And of course, if you liked this video and would like more, I would love it if you would help my channel grow by hitting the subscribe button. Alright. Okay, now, this is the end of the video. It's the end. It's the end. It's the end. Yep, alright. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Thanks for watching.